You're a Lakers fan. Have your own. I'd just be like, ooh, shiny trophy.
You see how angry he was? He just talked over the stinger.
Oh, sorry.
I guess we're ready now. Order. All rise. Court is now in session. All right, we got the scene set up here. Ferris is here joining us. So what do we have here, B?
You can see it right there at the bottom. Aaron Rodgers versus reality again. Aaron Rodgers came out and he made some comments about the way the media is going and how, a lot of these players and pundits, they think that they're the celebrities now, and even guys who didn't have very good careers, they come in and they think they're stars and all this stuff. And Ryan Clark responded. And he responded by calling Aaron Rodgers a fraud and a hypocrite, because he said he was on a show with guys who were doing that very thing that he was complaining about, because he's on with Pat McAfee, who was a punter. He was a good punter. He was a good punter, but obviously he's a much bigger star as a media member. AJ Hawk was. AJ Hawk, who was he was an all right linebacker.
He was the other linebacker in Green Bay.
Yeah, and now he's the other guy on the Pat McAfee show. So yeah, he called him a fraud. He called him all this stuff, and essentially he just said, you're wrong, Aaron, and you're upset because you aren't the player that you used to be, and people are saying it now. And then Aaron Rodgers. He didn't appreciate that very much, and Aaron had some things to say. I'm going to read some quotes towards the end of his rant. He says, "This is when Pat McAfee tried to jump in when Aaron was going on his rant. He said, 'I'm not done yet.' He says,
PSA. He said, I have a PSA.
A quick PSA reminder. He says, 'Say whatever the expletive you want about me. I don't care. But just before you do it, whether you state your name, your accolades, pronouns, whatever it is, just state your vaccination status so that anything you say afterwards gets put in the right light. Just get it out there. Then when you say things about me, people can at least be like, oh, you're captured by the multi-million-dollar propaganda Skyhawk and you're still upset about it. Just so everybody knows where you're coming from. Everybody knows, okay, cool, you're twice vaccinated with Moderna and with 3 booster shots, and then say whatever you want to say, whatever.
Like, he thought he was cooking with that line. He said, you know what? You got vaxxed. You're not even real anymore. You're a clone. You're not a real person. Before you can question me, I need to know, were you vaxxed, sir? Because if you were vaxxed, you can't even.
Well, he says that he says
a whole
here.
Conversation with me.
He says, and you know where it's all coming from. You're captured. You're highly vaccinated, and then say whatever the hell you want to say about me because I couldn't give 2 expletives about it. Aaron Rodgers has absolutely lost his mind.
No, it does make sense why he went to Cal. Makes sense.
He's always been a diva and a bit of a narcissist, but he's just straight up insane now, and it's unfortunate to see.
And Ryan Clark had like a 4-minute response to that. We kind of went into just going further in, just saying, hey, look, you don't like that, that you get criticized and you're questioning people, whatever, and he just kind of laying out his accolades and success he's had on the pivot and whatnot and all. I don't think he needed to go that far into it, because that comment right there is just gibberish, right? It comes from a man who thinks he's way smarter than he really is, and he just sounds like an idiot. He sounds like B said, like insane. You don't have to really go that deep into it and respond to it. Now, if he says something, that's taking a little bit more. I mean, he did take shots at Ryan Clark, so I get it, but it wasn't that deep. And you don't have to go that deep into reading off your resume, Ryan Clark. All you have to say is, bro, your own family hates you. That's it. And that's not me. And that's not hyperbole. That's not me, exaggerating it. His family does not talk to him. All you have to say is, bro, your own family don't even like you. What are we talking about here?
I'm sorry, man. I did not know that's where you were gonna go with those things.
Oh, and you got replaced by Patrick Mahomes. You can't even discount double check no more.
Yeah.
You're a bum, you're a loser, you're nothing. And you're
Also, dude, Also, dude, that's funny too. Is like, your ex-girlfriend has done a press tour talking about how like you're like the worst thing that happened to her life. Like you, like my life was horrible with him. I was in a dark place. I did like everything he touches churns rotten. Like literally, like, and like Clark also got mad at McAfee because McAfee apparently jumped in and said, I think called Clark like a loser or like a
yeah. Like I saw him tweet something about that. How you know he's like, hey, I wasn't even. He said I didn't mention anything about Pat McAfee like disparaging. You know, he's like we can fix this with the phone call because it wasn't about him. It was clearly about Aaron Rodgers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, look, Pat McAfee going to take Aaron Rodgers' side, man. Like he's like, look, he's my paid friend. All right, I pay him $1 million per show. So look, man, like I gotta ride for him. Like I can't let these millions of dollars go down the drain for nothing. I gotta stick up for him.